Hello and welcome to another episode of Rate That Full Art Supporter, where we today are going to be looking at Steven, or I like to say the lesser good Steven of the Steven cards printed. We all know about his advice, we all know about his resolve, but what about regular Steven? Well, let's take a look at what this card actually does for us, shall we? So what this card let us do is to search our deck for a supporter card, so another supporter other than itself, of course. You could search another Steven, obviously, and a basic energy card. Reveal them, put them into your hand, shuffle your deck. Now, I can only think about one deck where this one was ever used, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that was Primal Groudon. You would always want the attachment, so it was very important to not only play a lot of energy cards, but also to add in those extra supporters that could fetch you those energy cards. While you could maybe for the next turn pick a Karina or another Steven, just to make sure you got the attachment going. Now, correct me if I'm wrong if there's other decks I missed, let me know. This is the only place where I've seen it, because otherwise I do not personally think that this supporter is very great. But before we get into the ranking you guys made, let's take a look at what Steven is called around the world, because as you may have expected, it's not Steven in every single language. Fun fact, that's only in Portuguese or Brazilian Portuguese in this case that the Steven name stuck. Otherwise, you tell them we got Rocco, we got Pierre in French, we got Troy in German, and I'm not gonna go into pronunciation of the Japanese and Korean ones. That's just not gonna go nicely. But I put them right here for you guys to take a look at. Now, what we have now is the ranking that you guys have decided, because you have filled out my nice survey online, and if you want to help with the next cards, please check in the description below for the next survey. But what we have here, we have 4 pillars we rated on: standard, expanded, uniqueness, and artwork. Standard, think about the time it was legal in standard, how good was it? 1 for very bad, 5 for great, and well, you know what's in between. Expanded, well, that's current expanded format, and well, let's take a look at it again. But before that, we also have uniqueness, like how unique is this card on its own, and what about the artwork? Now, starting with standard, when it was, people thought actually it was half decent standard. You do see a division here, there's a lot of 1s and 2s, but the majority settles on a 3, so the card was okay back in standard. But you quickly see the shift towards very much 1s and 2s when you go to expanded, so it becomes a very skewed distribution towards the left. So in this case here, there's simply just better options out there, as I already indicated. Now, in terms of uniqueness, the card is fairly unique, I would say. I don't remember any supporter done a similar thing, or the same at least. We may have similar things out there. Again, let me know. But finally, the artwork, and that is actually a common factor with most full art supporters. So even though you see the artwork score here is relatively good compared to standard, expanded, uniqueness, this may not be good overall. But let's take a look at it, right, shall we? So putting all these together, and we weigh each of these pillars by 25%, you will then see the following. These are the scores that average out on, and then we take the average of these 4 numbers, and you will get the overall ranking, or the overall score, which is a 2.69. Now, unless you have all the scores in fresh memory, which I don't even have, then you don't even know where this places itself, but you can already think this is not a top card. But is it the bottom? Let's take a look at it. So what rank is it? Now, we have so far, I believe, 24 supporters ranked, and this one places itself as number 20, which with 2.69 places it right above Battle Reporter and just below Bianca. And then yet again, there's still Sharon, my boy, you are still the lowest ranked one with 184. Let's see if that will change in the future. But before we get there, I got some bonus facts for you, because these are the bonus facts that you guys sent in. So let me see what you guys had to say about this. Oh yeah, replaced by Wallace, the League Champion Emerald. That's cool. Instead of Ruby Sapphire, favorite Poem Beldum. We could see that one coming. And actually, I figured out that he was also on a Metagross card, so you can actually find him back on one of the Pokemon cards from Celestial Storm. Steel Ring, favorite move. And indeed, that surprised me actually that there's more Rock-type Pokemon on his team compared to Steel-type, even though he's a Steel specialist. And well, maybe this be a little subjective, but yeah, worst card featuring Steven, especially when compared to Steven's Resolve, which we will look at in a future episode. And if you look backwards to Steven's advice, that card was so strong back in its own meta. It was amazing card back in the day. So you could argue indeed that this is the worst card featuring Steven, but let me know what you think. Now, rounding up for today's little episode here, what is coming up next? Now, we're going to have no other than Bridget. I can already tell you that this card was heavily played, so I'm very much excited to see what you guys scored it at. And well, until next time, and I hope you're going to have a good one, and let's get ready for some Bridget in the future. Now, until next time, and have a nice day.